ambitions. We'll be doing TSOTSI, the famous drama by Athol Fugard. We'll be discussing the start, turning point, by the end, themes, tone, and overall summary. Everything you need to know in order to ace your English paper too. So, at the start, TSOTSI, he is a 19-year-old gang leader in Johannesburg Township. So it's a hard, violent, and emotional shutdown. So he's very violent, you would say. Okay, he's a gang leader, So his core traits are numbness. So he has no feelings. So he subdues his feelings in order to survive. He can't remember much of his childhood. He beats down anyone who makes him remember. Okay, so he's the type of violent, He wants to have power and he wants to control everything, okay? He leads his gang through fear. Violence is his language. Okay, no past, no future. He lives day by day, stealing cars, drinking, avoiding any attachments. Asking about his past feels like a threat to him. Why so you're wondering why he's like this? It's because he's a product of apartheid South Africa, okay? So it's based on poverty, violence, and abandonment created him this way, okay? It's his circumstances that made him like this. But then again, we can't play a victim to our circumstances our entire lives. So the system tried to erase him. So he erased himself first. Next point is the turning point. So it's the baby when he runs into this baby where this baby softens him, Now he has a responsibility. He can't bring himself to abandon the baby. So what changes? The baby forces that cracked armor. So his heart is stone. His heart is stone and the baby weaves his way through his heart. Okay, for the first time he has to care for something or for someone. He has to feed it, clean it, keep it alive. So the memory of caring for the baby brings back fragments of his childhood and his mother. So this baby is making him nostalgic now. It's making him remember everything from his past, from his childhood, and all that stuff. So he starts to remember his real name, and his real name is David, not TSOTSI. His real name is David. But he formed like an alter ego and created TSOTSI just for the oomph of it, So he goes from take what you want to protect this life. Even he risks himself for the baby. Okay? Very important is that the baby is basically the central point in turning him into a human again. Because right now he's just a numbed robot, in my opinion. Anyways, at the end, so he's turned back into David, and it's the redemption era. So, redemption arc, he doesn't become a saint overnight, obviously, no one can, but he's still capable of violence. But he chooses different paths. So his key traits that merge is vulnerability, where he cries, he asks for help, and that was merely impossible for TSOTSI. But now he's David again. So TSOTSI is remorse now. He returns to the places of his trauma and tries to make things right, including turning himself into a human being again, He chooses the baby's life over his own freedom. The final act is sacrificing himself so the baby can go back to its parents. Now the main message here in this drama is TSOTSI shows that even someone written off by society can choose to be human again. Circumstances shape you, but it does not define you. You cannot play a victim to your circumstances your entire life. You need to wake up and get moving, fix things, make it right. And that is what he did. And that is a lesson that we all should learn. Anyways, let's continue on to the themes. Redemption and humanity. This is the first theme. So TSOTSI's transformation from a cold gangster to someone who feels emotion as a journey of redemption. The baby's presence sparked the humanity within him, making him question his actions and want to change. Okay, so he wants to change, even though he's a bad person now and whatever, he's making himself to become a good person again. The second theme is identity and self-discovery. Okay, identity and self-discovery. So Totsi's past and actions shape his identity, but he struggles to understand himself. As the baby's arrival forces him to confront his emotions and consider a different path. Next one is apartheid and oppression. So now this was apartheid era at that time. So if you're South African, you probably know what apartheid is and the historical history behind it. So it faces a harsh reality of South Africa at the time, highlighting how the systematic oppression dehumanizes people and perpetrates violence and poverty. So these are still the themes. There are many themes in this drama. Next is violence and drama. So Totsi's actions and past traumas are intertwined, okay? The novel shows how violent workers more violence, and Totsi's journey explores the impact of individuals and society. Okay? Now the last theme here is fatherhood and family. Totsi's relationship with the baby represents a chance for him to experience care and responsibilities, contrasting with his own troubled past. So now he has to take up the role of becoming a father. He has to take care of this child. He has to be responsible enough for this child. Let's do the tone. So always remember, whether you are reading a poem or a literature, or even if you're doing a drama, the tone is always the poet or author's attitude, and the mood is your attitude. But in this video, we're not doing the mood, we're only doing the tone. So it's the author's attitude. So how does Athol Fugard attitude in this drama? So the tone is TSOTSI, is generally dark, gritty, and intense, reflecting the harsh realities of apartheid era at that time. So his writing is sparse and straightforward, so there's no extra bits and pieces. No, it's straightforward, adding the stark atmosphere. There's also a sense of introspection and emotional depth as Totsi's character evolves. So remember, this guy Totsi now, he was Totsi. He was a gang leader. He was violent and he used to kill people. But at the end, he reforms back to himself because now that heart that he had is now softened. I'm being literal figurative here, but he transforms himself into David. Okay, a normal human being with a heart and emotions, because all this time he was just subduing his emotions. Anyways, some key tones is brutal realism. So somber and reflective. If you're wondering what somber means serious. Okay, when you say something is serious, so there's no joking around or any humor in this poem, not that I can remember, but it's a very serious poem. Okay, and then the last one is critique and social injustices. So this we're talking mostly about the apartheid time and the apartheid's brutal system. Anyways, let's go to just not a detailed summary, but just a simple summary of this drama, of the novel. Totsi by Athol Fugard is a powerful novel set in the apartheid era. The story follows Totsi, a young gang leader as he navigates a life of violence and crime in the township. Totsi's life changes when he is forced to take care of, this word is wrong here. It's take care, okay? So take care of a baby, and the child's presence sparks unexpected emotions, forcing him to confront his past and humanity. He is grapples with his actions. Totsi's transformation becomes a journey of redemption. The novel explores themes of identity, apartheid impact, violence, and humanity, painting a stark picture of South Africa's harsh realities. So this is also very equitable writing. So it means readers in Totsi's world. Okay, it makes it seem like you are Totsi at the time, and this is your story. So this is making his journey both haunting and thought-provoking. The book's climax leads to a pagan conclusion, leaving readers to ponder Tootsie's fate and broader implications of his story. And that is all for today in this video. So if this video helped you in any way possible in understanding Tootsie, then please drop a comment below and tell me what you're feeling. Also, I will be doing another video on the literacy essay that is in your paper 2 exams, basically and tips to get you that A, that A plus plus that you're looking for, not just to let you pass, but to make you excel. So I will be doing another video on how to write a literacy essay on Totsi. But for now, like and subscribe, please. See you next one.